Well, I got to tell you, I have been working so hard. That's why you haven't seen me. There's been not a moment that I've had to myself at all. Sometimes I just sit around, put my feet up, lean back, and start to daydream that I'm somewhere else. One of the things I like to do when I've written something is I like to read it out loud, because if it makes sense as you read it out loud, then it's going to make sense when you read it. So that's what I'm doing here today, because this is the book. This is what you've been waiting for. And I got news today that my sample copies have been shipped, and I'm just waiting patiently to find out when they're going to be delivered. So it won't be long, and we'll be chasing after justice. So it's coming real soon. Now, if you have not registered, go to montymckinnon.com, put in your email, and we'll let you know the release date and everything there is to know about this book. So you'll be right up to date. We got some special treats coming your way, I think, in the next few weeks. It won't even be that long, I don't think. So go to montymckinnon.com and register today. Get that done. Now, speaking of getting things done, you know, procrastination is not one of the problems that we deal with. You deal with, I deal with. It's not one of the problems. It is the problem. And I'm no different than anybody else. I've been procrastinating doing a job here in my office that really needs to be done. Now, I want to show you what it is. So let me take a look over here where my guitar is hanging on the wall, and you'll see what I mean. So what I have here in my office is a guitar that I've made that's out of tune, not a problem. And this is a beauty. This is Brazilian rosewood. It's gorgeous. It's got a nice mahogany neck on it. It's got Brazilian up here on the top. We're down here on the bridge. It's all good, and some nice looking shell running around the perimeter of this. And it worked out extremely well. It's a beauty. This thing really, and this French polish just reflects so beautifully. It's gorgeous. So what I had in here was two bookcases that we used primarily initially for some books and then put CDs, but nobody's doing the CD thing anymore. They download everything. So down here at the floor, take a look at this. This is not a difficult job, just awkward. I've got to take out this piece of wood here at the corner, and then I've got to put another piece of baseboard in here. I've got to cut another piece of molding. So basically, it looks like I've got 2 cuts there, 2 cuts over there, so a total of 4 cuts. Very simple. Sand it up, put it on the workbench, leave it for my wife, who likes to paint this before I put it back, and then I'll just slide it in there, and the office will be nice and tidy. So what do you say we go down to the shop, and we'll get started on that right away. So as you can see, I have the baseboard in here ready to cut on the 45. It's slightly split here, so we're going to cut most of that off. And I do need at least, or thereabouts, I've got 24, I need about 20, 21, so we got lots of room. I've turned the blade here to 45 degrees, so it's going to cut it this way. We got a little bit of a fracture here, that'll come off. And here is a press that holds it in place so that this will not move. So when I come down like this, it's going to cut perfectly straight across. And I've got the vacuum hose on. We've got lots of room to maneuver. So we're good to go. So we'll plug in. We're going to start up the vacuum. It's going to get a little noisy. Okay, there it is. This is a very simple cut. I'll hit the vacuum again. I hope you noticed that I did not lift this up while it was still spinning, even though I had my hand back here, just to be sure that this didn't jump and push my hand or anything like that. You want to make sure you've got the guard and you're safe at all times. All right, now we need to go up to the office and we need to measure the other side, and then we're good to go. So there you go. She's all done. Now obviously the baseboard is going to come up to where the paint is, and there'll be a little caulking put in, or a little filler right in the corner, because the wall was not square, and the person who cut the previous moldings had them on such an angle that there was too much caulking in there. But this is closer than what it was before, but that looks fine and it serves the purpose. So there you go. As we would expect, that little 10-minute job for 4 cuts has been almost 2 hours. There's no such thing as a 10-minute job. I keep telling you that. I keep writing about that. It doesn't exist. Tell me how long you take on your 10-minute jobs, and write in the comments down below. I'd really like to hear from you. Don't forget, we've got other videos coming up, and I'm getting back down to the guitar and finish that off shortly. So by all means, would you go to montymckinnon.com and register for the book so that you'll be notified exactly when it's going to be released. And also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and all that good stuff that we're supposed to do. I'm tired. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. I think I need a cup of tea.